Hello, welcome to TNT, the Great British Wrestling podcast for Great British Wrestling, as featured on the John's Podcasting Network and more, our own Spotify, YouTube. Check it out, give it a like, share it out, tell your friends. I am, of course, your host, the Great British Attacker, Mr. Andrew Moore, Andy to most, and I am joined by the incredible, the fantastic, the big daddy, Dan, Mr. Daniel Allen, of course, Councillor Daniel Allen, or just Dan for short, depending on where you're at.
Well, I'll tell you where I'm at today. I am at a place of stress. I've had one computer fail on me. I'm now using a second computer that I've had to install an update of Zoom for. I can't get the lighting right in here. No matter what I do, I either look like my face is half on fire or I've got a halo behind me. I'm having to read notes from my phone, which, as you can see, is virtually invisible, but does have a Gears of War sticker, so that's cool. But yes, I'm here. British wrestling is amazing. People are finding us, even though we have a new home on YouTube and a new home there. It's brilliant. People are watching and listening. And you had an absolutely awesome interview this week, didn't you?
Yeah, Endakara. I was absolutely fortunate to talk to Endakara. Of course, that is our latest episode available now on our YouTube channel. Very fun episode, not available for roystonradio.com because very sweary.
Did they say, oh, bother, what a shame, quite often?
They did. But yeah, great chat about Endakara. He's somebody who has a lot of passion for wrestling. You can just tell that he's got the right attitude towards things, and had a very good conversation with him. And so yeah, go check that out on our YouTube channel, as well as our interview with a fantastic 2-bit that we actually did literally the week before we decided to go on hiatus. But definitely go check out that interview with 2-bit. And of course, check out our past episodes available now on our YouTube channel. We are here to discuss Great British Wrestling, because we are the Great British Wrestling podcast for Great British Wrestling, as we say. And we've got a great show ahead to talk about with lots of great wrestling. Shall we kick it off?
Go on.
With an incredible matchup. He recently made his AEW debut. Young Nick Wayne will be back at Progress for their joint double venture with Defy Wrestling on the day before All In, and Nick Wayne will face off against the amazing, the incredible, the fantastic, the superstar youngster, the youngest in charge, the 0.0000001%, Mr. Leon Slater. It's a good match. We're going to be talking about what they're going to be going up against a little bit later. But Nick Wayne, Leon Slater, first time ever.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's the first time ever.
I don't think it is. I think Nick Wayne defeated Leon Slater at GCW till Infinity.
Oh, he did he? So.
I think so.
First time ever in the UK then?
Yes.
We'll go check Nick Wayne's cage match. Either way, yes, it is the first time in the UK. It is one hell of a matchup to put him up against. If he did get defeated earlier by Nick Wayne, as you say, it would of course be a great way for Slater to possibly get the scoreboard back to level playing field. So they can have their rematch at a huge AEW show 2 years down the line from now. The third or maybe even the second All In at Wembley.
I do hope there are more than one. I saw Nick Wayne in the UK when he came over for GCW TNT shows. I saw him take on Dan Maloney.
Yeah.
Driller Maloney.
Bullet Club.
Yeah. And that was rather good. Nick Wayne is a prodigy. And we have both had the joy of seeing Leon Slater live, haven't we?
Yeah.
Leon Slater is
a prodigy.
So, yeah, this match, I haven't seen the previous match they've had, but I don't care because I know this one is going to be phenomenal.
I've got to say, when I saw Nick Wayne, the composure of a young man his age, He can control a room. The way he walks out to the crowd, the way he poses himself in the ring, complete polar opposite to say Leon Slater, who is a bundle of energy coming out of the curtain. Nick Wayne always seems really relaxed and composed, and
he makes Orange Cassidy look over the top.
Absolutely, but no, he does. He really does have that aura of superstar about him, and as does young Leon Slater, who is, as I mentioned, he is a bundle of energy when he comes out the curtain. He is excitement. He is getting the crowd ready. He dances. He enjoys the moment. Not saying Nick Wayne don't enjoy the moment. I'm sure he bloody well does enjoy the moment when he walks out of that crowd. But yeah, two very different ways and styles of going about things. Gonna be an absolute banger. Nick Wayne will also be competing at the earlier Defy show. As I say, this is all the day before All In Wembley. After that, Progress are back on tour.
They are indeed. They are going out with Feel the Noise in Birmingham on the 9th of September and Steel Yourself at the 10th of September in Sheffield. Steel? Sheffield? Do you see what they did there?
I think I see what they did there. Yeah, they've obviously I think they worked both of those in the what was it? Deadly Viper tour last year.
Yeah.
I think they made stops at both Sheffield and Birmingham. As well as Newcastle. I remember seeing them in Newcastle. But yeah, I will likely go to the Sheffield show. It's on a Sunday. Works for me. It's not that far. It's not that hard for me to get to.
And we haven't got it in the notes, but they're also co-promoting a show, aren't they? A podcast interview show.
Which one's that one?
Dave Meltzer is coming to the UK.
Oh yeah. It got announced a few weeks ago. Just by the time notes. I know they recently just did an interview with Dave Meltzer as well, which is available on their progress.com, where they talk about obviously this open forum for fans. Well, paid, of course, tickets to go and ask Mr. Dave Meltzer questions. I don't know. Try not to bring out these 5 stars, please.
Have you ever heard of a different venue than York Hall?
Yeah, but I do ask anybody that possibly is going to attend, don't ask about the star rating system, okay? Just because his star rating doesn't align with yours doesn't make his wrong, and just because yours matches up with Dave Meltzer's doesn't mean you're right, okay? Just enjoy wrestling.
Don't listen to idiots on podcasts.
Don't listen to idiots like us on podcasts trying to review stuff. Just,
But yeah, 27th of August at the Sports Bar and Grill in Marylebone, there is a meet and greet and a photo opportunity. It is being promoted by Wrestle Tours, Progress Wrestling, and Hooked on Wrestling.
Yes. Maybe we should go just to plug Teen Tights.
I think that's a great idea.
To just turn up and just go, have you listened to the Teen Tights podcast? It is the best.
But British wrestling.
I tell you what, actually, I shout out. I don't know. I haven't got the tweet now readily available, but shout out to the person that gave us a shout out on old Chris Van Villay, who recently put out a tweet asking for podcast recommendations, and somebody who watches or listens to our
Shawnee
show.
Prescott.
Sorry, what was that?
Shawnee Prescott.
Thank you so much, Shawnee, because that is, really, really appreciated that. And it was a good shout out. And, we respect Chris Van Villay, and thank you so much for that shout out. It did make us feel rather nice, rather special.
It did.
Anyway, back to Sov Pro. No, sorry, let's move on to Sov Pro, because they got a big show coming up, which is their 2nd anniversary, Second Reign.
Yeah.
And that's going to be back at the Trinity Sports Centre, where they had their first show, and that's going to be on the 22nd of October And they've got a big American star coming for the show.
He is quite big. Paul Roderick will make his debut on the 22nd of October. So, yeah, good name.
Yeah, Cole Radrick is a very fun performer, very unique performer. Doesn't look like he should be able to do what some of the things that he can do, but he is a really good wrestler. And I think him versus a man like Doris is going to be an absolute barn burner. Now, I know they have come across each other, possibly in a Progress match, which was a multi-man match, and maybe in a TNT multi-man match as well. But I'm pretty definitely, I'm like 90% sure some sort of multi-man match, man like Doris faced off against Cole Radrick.
Nice.
Fun little moment. But yeah, decent name for Southern Pro being unique for their second reign. They do bring in some good stars from overseas.
What I would like to point out as well is the stars that Sov Pro have been bringing in are the right type of stars for Sov Pro. They're not just bringing in the same names that the other British wrestling companies are bringing in. I know you've just mentioned that he has been over before, but they're bringing in the kind of stars that their fans want to see, which is exactly what they've done with their other shows as well. When they bring in a star, they bring them in for their wrestling pedigree and for the style of wrestling that Sov Pro offers, which is brilliant. Really respect them for that.
Yeah, if you think back, first show they had Warhorse, they had Kid Bandit. I know Myron Reed was supposed to be on the show, but unfortunately he had to pull out. But you know, two great stars there in Warhorse and Kid Bandit from the independent and the scene. What I like, and you know I like, is the fact that it's not actually relying on a big name, older generational talent. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I think some companies sometimes over rely on it, but yeah, I think bringing in young talents that are on their way up. I had Josh Alexander from Impact Wrestling, of course, over. I loved the fact that they brought Endakara back to the UK for the first time for a long time. Check out our interview. He does talk about, he's very positive about Sov Pro and the things that they've done. Ninja Mac very recently made an appearance for Sov Pro as well. I'm a big fan of Ninja Mac. That fatal four-way that they had for the Commonwealth Championship, which Leon Slater went on to win. Fantastic match, Leon Slater. Free on YouTube, so just go check it out. But anyway, on to more of that card, because they've certainly been announcing a lot of matches for this very recently.
Yep, and I'm very excited for the tag team match.
Go for it. Tell me about it.
The close personal friends, Danny Black and Just Joe Lando, are going to take on the 8-7 Alexander Roth and Big Wavy Roy Johnson to become the inaugural Sov Pro Tag Team Champions in a 2 out of 3 falls match. First rule will be under CPF rules. I think that means that you have to fly constantly. Second fall will be under the 8-7 rules. I think that means no carbs allowed. And the third and final fall is required to be under Sov Pro rules. Arse shotty.
Yeah, let me some sort of street fight, and I was thinking CPF ladder, but you can't really do a ladder match in the first fall.
Why not?
Because what are they grabbing?
A weapon
that can be used in the second fall. I don't. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think having a ladder match in the first fall. So maybe a falls count anywhere, so we can see him dive off a balcony or two if there's available. I'm sure they would willingly do that. But again, please don't kill yourselves for our entertainment.
No.
But yeah, that's going to be a great match because they've had a very long rivalry because they were the first tag team match in Sov Pro history at first reign, and which the 8-7 did win. The 8-7 and picked up a couple more victories. CPF made their return and beat old 8-7 last time out. little bit underhandedly. So it's one apiece. 2 out of 3 falls as always, the way you settle these type of things. I'm sure it's going to be a great match.
Which again is another thing I like Sov Pro. They put a reason behind their special match. Anyway, we also have one of my favorite wrestlers making his Sov Pro debut, don't we not?
We do. We have Rampage Brown. He's going to be challenging Joseph Connors for the Sov Pro Championship. Now, Connors and Rampage, they've been around. They've grown up together. They've battled many a times. They know each other inside and out. I don't think it's been a match that they've had in a long time. So it is a standout to bring back Connors and Rampage together. I'm sure it's going to be beefy, hard-hitting type matchup.
Yeah.
Lucia Lee will be out for revenge when she faces Ivy. Probably going to have her Decibels partner, Lana Austin, in tow. And Lucia Lee came out to make the save last time Sov Pro in action when she rescued Aurora Tevez. Bullet keeps clashing alongside Joey Hayes. It's been a kind of feud going for a long time. Those are going to be having one more match. The winner of the match will be able to pick the guest referee in the women's championship match between champion LA Taylor and challenger Harley Hudson. Should be a great match. Be interesting stipulation as well.
Yeah, it's good stipulation. And with second reign, we will see the return of the Crown Cup. First won by Kid Bandit, but first stolen by Ian Skinner.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Ian Skinner defeated Kid Bandit at the last show and is in total rights to take the belt, to take the championship. You know, you beat the champion, you take the championship. And I believe the Crown Cup belongs to Ian Skinner. I don't think he should have to be in this. He's already won the Crown Cup.
I'm going to have issues here because two wrestlers who I really like and I have spoken to and get on very well with are in this, and I'm not sure who to back.
You telling me you're not backing Ian Skinner? This is TNT. We are part of the Skinner section.
I know, but I am a big daddy. I am a big daddy Dan. And in this match, there is another big daddy.
He's got the best big daddy moniker in the game.
Big Daddy Unicorn Jason Joshua will be part of the Crown Cup, as will Simon Miller, Tony Wright, and the man, probably the man, we're not sure, taking over all of BritRest and all of the internet, Blue Kane.
Blue Kane. And ever since he was announced for this match in particular, suddenly Blue Kane came on the radar after he was actually announced for Sov Pro. He's been on the scene for quite a time. He's done quite a few shows down south, DOA and so forth. But Sov Pro, as we say, they've brought on recognizable names and they've brought some attention to themselves. So they've announced Blue Kane, and who should get whiff of Blue Kane but the Indie Taker himself, Matt Cardona. I mean, Blue Kane was actually in like SE Scoops, Sports Entertainment Scoops. Over this, there was a chant in GCW whilst Matt Cardona was performing for Blue Kane.
Now, I do actually have contact with somebody who has contact with Blue Kane, and I've been speaking to them about this. And
Blue Paul Bearer, Blue Paul Bearer.
This is potential. Yes. I think I need to try and push for an interview with Blue Kane.
Well, I've heard that Blue Kane is actually the rejuvenated Kendo Nagasaki.
I mean, the build is right. I
Telling
have
you.
to try and count his fingers, but you could have a fake one in the glove. You could have a little sausage stuff in there.
Okay. Kendo Nagasaki has magical powers. All right, he can rejuvenate himself for matches.
That is true, but you can't rejuvenate that finger.
Yeah.
Blue Kane also turned up at TNT Extreme, did he not?
Yeah, he's suddenly everywhere. He interrupted G Money's match against Gangrel, and he got choke slammed, and I believe he ended up losing that match to Gangrel, which of course G Money is not happy about, and therefore he will be getting a match against Blue Kane on at Summer Explosion on the 19th of August, which of course will be at Liverpool as per usual. Were you going to say he attacked Charles Crowley? Oh, yeah, there you go.
In an excellent video released via Charles Crowley to demonstrate this heinous act, Blue Kane attacked alone Charles Crowley and gave him the choke slam on concrete.
Indeed.
Yes.
Blue Kane is making his mark. He is making his name, and he has snow powers.
Oh yeah, that was brilliant. Because he first appeared at the Slam and Pine Grapple show, didn't he?
Oh no, he's been on the scene before that.
Oh, was he on there before that? I thought Slam and Pine Grapple was his first appearance.
I'm pretty sure Blue Kane's been on the scene for a while.
Oh, I shall do some research.
Do a bit more research. We'll have to find out about Blue Kane.
But let's talk more about TNT Extreme.
Yes, more on TNT Extreme. Less on Blue Kane. Speaking of Thrill Kill.
Blue Kane.
Speaking of Thrill Kill, where Blue Kane famously made his TNT Extreme debut now, Paul Robinson won the deathmatch tournament, and he will be challenging Big Effing Joe for the TNT Extreme Division Championship at Summer Explosion on the 19th of August. There you have it.
Will be messy.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. It'll be violent. I heard Emerson Jane absolutely smashed it during the 10th Deathman tournament. So
I am looking forward to watching that, and I will be going out of my way to watch it.
Yeah, it will be available soon at some point on the Demand Progress network if they've actually got it back up and running, because it went down for a little while.
Okay. There's also some other.
It is back up and running. It's back. It's just.
And there are some other brilliant wrestlers taking part in Summer Explosion. You have got Nico Angelo, Scout and Proud, Lizzie and Harley, and Lycos Jim.
Yeah, of course, Nico Angelo is the Extreme. No, what's the championship called? Ultra X champion. Nico Angelo is the Ultra X champion. Yes, Lycos Jim are the number one contenders to the Extreme Tag Team championships, who are currently held by La Rebellion, Bestia, Seis, and Mecha Wolf from Mexico. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're still. I'm pretty sure they're still the champions. You go on the next one. I will cage match it.
I was literally doing the same thing, but I will.
Okay, I will carry on. You cage match it. I'm sure La Rebellion are, of course, still champions. Anyway, Scouse and Proud, Lizzie and Harley, great name by the way. Scouse and Proud, really love that. Are of course the women's tag team champion on TNT Extreme currently. So the champions will be in action. Before Explosion, it is a double feature for TNT Extreme on the 19th of August, because before Summer Explosion will be the family-friendly TNT Ignition No Limit, which Tony Wright will be making his Ignition debut in a match against the current power-up briefcase holder, Tate Mayfairs. Tony Wright's young man has been popping up a lot of places recently, and known as the leading man of professional wrestling, which apparently is different to the protagonist of pro wrestling, because that's Kid Bandit. But moving on, Sonny Durson will be making his Ignition return. Great to see Sonny Durson making his return. He was the first Ignition champion He is the longest Ignition champion. He is a fantastic competitor. He should be more places. Books on a Durson. The TNT Ignition Women Championship tournament continues. Chantel Jordan faces Rain Leverkusen. The winner will face Lucy Sky at a future date. And then you have Harley Hudson versus Aurora Tevez, and the winner will face Lana Austin again at a later date. Act 2 have just been announced to be making their debut. Act 2 have been making waves quite regularly in a lot of places recently. They've been asking for a match with Crash Boat. I know Crash Boat are TNT Ignition regulars, so come on, Act 2 versus Crash Boat, because I really want to see that match.
Yep.
Go, sorry.
Yep. They are still tag team champions.
La Rebellion. La Rebellion are still the tag team champions on Lycos Gym.
404 days.
Yeah, but they've barely been in the... I don't think they've been back in the UK since they won the championships. I'm hoping they've maybe put in a couple of defenses out there, but I doubt it.
Lycos Gym at Merseyside Massacre in January.
Yeah, I remember that match. I was there live for that match. I think that was
they haven't been back since January.
Yeah, they haven't been back since then. So maybe, just maybe, the champions will be there. That match with Lycos Gym was absolutely fantastic, but Lycos Gym are very outmatched in the way of size against Mecha Wolf and Bestia Sace.
Yep.
As we say, back to Ignition. Other people who will be in action are Joey Hayes, Dylan Roberts, JJ Webb, Jimmy Jackson, the Temple of Melon, Rob Jake and Isaac North. MVK will also be in action. I hope it's not Act 2 versus the Temple of Malon, because they will get destroyed for Act 2. Rob Drake and Isaac North are big boys.
They are indeed.
No word on if the TNT Extreme Championship, World Championship, currently held by Charles Crowley, will be on the line, but the championship will be on the line in Belgium, as Charles Crowley takes the TNT Extreme World Championship over to Bodyzoy for Bodyzoy 8, where he'll be defending against the original trickster, the original scamster, Trent Seven.
Yeah. Again, Charles Crowley, being Charles Crowley, put out an excellent video about this, saying about taking on Trent Seven, because Trent Seven said, "Oh, he's doing okay," and he's managed to do a whole video of legitimate anger about one sentence. Charles Crowley is amazing. We love him.
He absolutely is, and him versus Trent Seven will be a fantastic match. It would have happened just this weekend, but actually coming for the weekend up, Charles Crowley's actually taking on Nick Aldis in that Shropshire Wrestling Alliance show. So that's going to be a great match. But yeah, Charles Crowley versus Trent Seven for the TNT Extreme World Championship at Bodyzoy 8 on sometime.
Just to go off on a tangent quickly, you mentioned Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
Rumor on internet today is that WWE are extremely interested in signing Nick Aldis in a producer role.
Don't do it, Nick. Don't do it.
He's younger than half the wrestlers on the roster.
Be like Eric Young.
What? Sign, not get used, and then jump?
No. Get the offer, accept it, and then actually walk out because Vince McMahon was coming back.
Which was actually a very cool thing. That's the second time he got signed.
So basically what I'm saying is, Nick Aldis, choose your own career, choose your own impact. Come back to the UK a few more times. I'm sure we could use you regularly in big matches. But Bodyzoy in Belgium were a fantastic promotion, by the way. They put on some great shows, and they've had lots of British talent on their cards before. Guys like Robbie X, Leon Slater, LJ Cleary, Tucker used to be part of NXT UK. He's been over there. Connor Mills. I believe Connor Mills, Robbie X. No, Connor Mills, Leon Slater, and LJ Cleary will be part of Body Soy 8. And they recently had Joey Janela's summer vacation in Belgium, which is now available on Fight TV in both French and English. I'm waiting for it to be on WXW now. I'm hoping they still got a deal where it goes on WXW now, because that's normally where I watch Body Toy. And if they've come off WXW now to just be on Fight TV, I'm going to be a bit upset, because they are a great little promotion. Oh, Joe Lando is going to be there as well, actually. Just seen this. Joe Lando is also there, who's been out there a couple of times and was part of the Joey Janela summer vacation show, actually.
Joe Lando is definitely getting his name recognised more and more in the States, and good to him. I know we're talking about Belgium, but we're talking about Joey Janela. So
No. It was the whole, well, it wasn't the whole GCW crew, but it was a big chunk of the GCW crew. Gringo Loco, Nick Wayne, Jordan Oliver, Ali Catch were all there, and just Joe Lando. He actually won a fatal 4-way match that had Gringo Loco, a Gil Blanc, and another lucha in it. I can't remember which one it was, but Ultimate Sombra. I'm pretty sure. But great match, and yeah, big things. Go check out Body Soy Belgium. Why not?
Talking about Europe, OTT, Ireland's biggest promotion, are off to Italy.
Yes, Milan to be exact, on the 4th of November.
And there you go.
Why not?
ICW.
CW. Yeah. Back to the UK, back to Scotland.
Ashton Smith is a wrestler who we both enjoyed watching hugely in his run with NXT UK. And we've enjoyed watching, especially towards the end. And we've enjoyed watching throughout his career. He has been added to the ICW World Championship match at Shug's House Party on the 13th of August, with Aaron Echo now defending the title in a triple threat against Charles Samuels and Ashton Smith. Doesn't look good for Aaron Echo.
No, I know you weren't particularly always a big fan of Aaron Echo.
I wasn't not particularly a big fan. I didn't like him.
Bit older. Ashton Smith has added some star power back to ICW. That was much needed, especially with Leighton Buzzard seemingly being done with ICW. But a couple of other big names are going to be there, including Rio, ICW champion. Took that big dive to win the belt that everybody went on about. It was fantastic. She'll be defending her ICW championship against the Scouser bird, the Liver bird, Lizzie Evo.
That will be a wonderful, hard-hitting match. Those two always put on great matches, especially with each other. And that will probably steal the show. Although the next match also has that potential.
Yeah, Big Damo versus Kenny Williams, with stipulations. If Big Damo wins, Kenny Williams is gone from ICW. If Williams wins, he gets another title shot. Well, the last thing they need right now is Kenny Williams to leave ICW. So,
yeah. But the thing they do definitely need is Kenny Williams versus Charles Samuels.
A good one. That would be a very, very good one.
They could talk for months and build that up, and people wouldn't be bored of them just talking.
This is very, very true. Rev Pro UK, we're going to talk about the competition to Progress and Defy show now, which is, of course, on the 26th of August. It's the 11th anniversary. It is the Copper Box. It will be 4,000 capacity, if I'm right. And they've announced some big matches.
They have got the better venue.
Definitely got a better venue.
Not the easier one to get to.
Yeah, you spoke about the fact that you didn't believe that the main event of Shingo Takagi and Will Ospreay not being enough for you to hit your bet onto Rev Pro doing the bigger and better. Let's see if you've changed your mind with the announcements of Tomohiro Ishii versus Luke Jacobs.
Yes, that one is a match I want to see.
Rising star JJ Gale will face off against Zack Sabre Jr.'s young lion, Kosei Vegeta.
Never seen Kosei Fujita, so not so much.
If Gale wins, he gets the chance to face off against Zack Sabre Jr. at a later date.
So let's just telegraph the result of that match.
Zack Sabre Jr., after being jumped by RKJ at Epic Encounters, will now face RKJ at the Copper Box show, the 11th anniversary show, with, of course, heavyweight title implications. You know, RKJ never technically lost the championship himself. The belt was defended by his brother, who, of course, would go on to lose to Great O'Khan, and Great O'Khan, of course, lost to Michael Oku, and then Trent Seven stole the belt, which was hilarious.
So, Zack Sabre Jr. versus RKJ, yes, that is an exciting match. I'd like to see that. Tomohiro Ishii versus Luke Jacobs, oh yes, that's an exciting match. I would like to see it. So, yeah, there are now a couple of matches that I would like to see on that card.
I know Shigehiro, I know Tagaki and the Will Ospreay say it doesn't. I know they face off against each other before 5 times, probably think if I'm right, but each 5 of them were 5-star matches, and
wrestling is a 3-ring circus. There has to be something for everyone.
What have Progress got at the moment? So we've got Leon Slater versus Nick Wayne. We've got Mark Haskins versus Kenta in the earlier Defy show. And we've got Davey Boy Smith, obviously been announced. Charles Crowley has been announced. I mean, so far, I would say the Rev Pro UK show is looking bigger at the moment, despite the fact that we're looking at a double show. But there's Progress haven't announced the match. They've had one match announced for both the Defy show and the Rev Pro and the Progress show, and both of those matches are fantastic matches that people will want to see. I want to see Kenta versus Mark Haskins. I also want to see Nick Wayne versus I would like to see him live. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to be able to go down there. I don't think, really.
You're right. Currently, the Rev Pro show is the better looking show, and they need to have it as the better looking show because they need to sell approximately 4 times the number of tickets that Progress do.
They absolutely, exactly. They absolutely need to sell 4 times what Progress do. Of course, Michael Oku will probably be facing Trent Seven.
Makes sense.
Is that big enough? And I'm guessing Subculture will be back to defend the Rev Pro UK Tag Team Championships, maybe against the Greedy Souls once again.
I would hope so.
Just because I'd like Greedy Souls to actually retake those championships.
Yeah. They need to, because Subculture are going to be out of the country a lot for a while.
Yeah,
good exactly. For them.
Good for them, exactly. We'll be talking about that in just a second. But Rev Pro UK, they're not the only guys bringing in talents from Japan. We have a returning promotion, Brick King Pro, formerly 4FW back in the day. They'll be making their return on 12th of January in Swindon, and they are bringing legendary Dragon Gate star Dragon Kid to be part of the show. 20-year veteran, ROH, WXW. I think he's just been announced to GCW, so I think he's doing maybe a world tour, possibly seeing out his thing. But interesting, big star.
They're bringing in an even bigger star as well.
Yeah, and for their second show, they will be. Dragon Kid will also be hosting a seminar on the 11th of January in Swindon. And you mentioned a bigger star, Brian Kendrick, former WWE star, of course, once called Spanky.
Trained by
trained by the incredible Shawn Michaels, but Q&A on nut.
He is a little bit loopy.
So I'm just gonna move on. Good for Brick King Pro. Pro Wrestling Eve. They're bringing in Japanese star Marika Kobashi. And she is heading to Pro Wrestling Eve when they next hit the Yard Theatre on the 13th of August. I did a little bit of research on Kobayashi. She is a 6-year plus competitor, started her career out at Tokyo Joshi Pro, where she won the tag team championships. She also competed in DDT Pro early on, where she won the Iron Maiden Heavy Metal Championship 24-hour Raw Death. It's crazy belt.
I have heard of Kobashi, and I've heard that they are just amazing. So, yeah, well done, Pro Wrestling E, for bringing in yet another top international star.
Absolutely. A big name Brit who's heading the other way and going to Japan. We've been talking a lot about Brits and Europeans taking over Japan, including our latest interview, Mr. Endokara, who is actually just back from his big Japan Pro Wrestling tour. Of course, he talks about his experience in Japan, his love for his whole thing. Of course, Tristan Archer and Gil Blanca over there right now. They just picked up big wins in their debuts, I believe, as well. So good for them. But former ICW champion, a guy who's been in the ring with Will Ospreay, Mr. Leighton Buzzard, is on his way to Japan, where he's going to be spending time alongside Bobby Gunn's older brother, Tempesta, who could be absolutely nothing more like than his brother than he is. They are complete polar opposites. Tempesta's big, huge S&M gear wearing, whereas Bobby Guns is this technical master. It's very weird kind of thing. But good luck to Leighton Buzzard. I think we can announce it. Of course, it has been confirmed. We are just waiting for a date to be done. But our next week episode will be an interview with the incredible Leighton Buzzard. Fingers crossed, hopefully.
I've got to say, I can really see him fitting in Japan. I think he's got the look that they love over there. He's got the attitude that they love over there. I really see him being a proper throwback to when a foreign wrestler would come in, take over, batter everybody, and do it in a technical style. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
I'm wondering, and there's certainly be a question I will ask him if we do get to speak to him, is he going to be in the Super Junior division, or is he going to be a heavyweight?
Heavyweight.
It's going to be interesting to see, because he could be a big junior as well.
Very big junior.
Yeah, he's kind of heavyweight for UK standard now, but across the world tend to be bigger wrestlers in the heavyweight division, don't they? But good. I'm really looking forward. Yeah, can look forward to speaking to him. Hopefully, Millie McKenzie. We mentioned on the last show that she would be challenging Venny for the Sendai Girls World Championship, and well, she only gone and did it. She defeated Venny. Millie McKenzie is now the Sendai Girl World Champion, and I believe she's the first ever Sendai Girl Grand Slam champion.
It is fantastic to have another British world champion. Well done, Millie McKenzie. We are insanely proud of you.
Absolutely, especially, as I say, if it is... I'm sure I saw something about it that, yeah, Millie McKenzie is actually the first ever Grand Slam champion of Sendai as well, which is just an amazing accomplishment, especially for a gaijin. Considering no Japanese performance on it, that is one hell of a thing. Of course, Mako Satomura has always been a big fan of Millie McKenzie. We can see that from her NXT UK run, so... but yeah, congratulations, Millie.
Should we come back to the UK?
Yeah, more championships, more champions across the board. Tell me about them.
British Wrestling Revolution have a new champion, as Will Cruz defeated Miles Kamen and RKJ to win the BWR Heavyweight Championship. Will Cruz?
We did say last time out actually about Will Cruz and him becoming, and we said that this is the time, this is the match for him to become a heavyweight champion for promotion that's always been on the rise in the UK, have solid stories, have solid in-ring work, draw good crowds over in Grimsby. And so, yeah, congratulations, Will Cruz.
And also, one of my favourite wrestlers in all of the UK, Ivy, has become the new BWR Women's Champion as she overcame Alexis Falcon, Tonga Rio, and Gia Adams in a War Maiden match.
I heard that GMs wasn't actually involved in the match in the end.
Oh, that's a shame. But
pull out very last minute.
Let's be honest here. Alexis Falcon, Tonga, and Rio, that's 3 serious wrestlers.
Yeah. Big time. And she had a little help by ZZ of all people. Came and helped Ivy pick up that win. That all went down at their 5th anniversary show, and will be available, I believe, on their own BWR on demand, I think.
If you want to sit under the learning tree, Ivy's is a good learning tree to sit under.
Absolutely. Not saying it's not. I'm just saying it's easy. She's a young girl. She's amazing talent. She's got a lot of potential. Yep. Just don't want to see her getting caught up in the wrong crowd, you know. That dastardly Ivy. Can't always trust her. That's what I'm saying. Go on. Z's so much potential in ZZ.
Yes, very much so. ZZ is finding herself at the moment, and you know what? It might not be to everybody's taste to be finding yourself and going on the side of Ivy, but where's the gold at?
That's it. Follow the gold. Maybe it'll be ZZ. Maybe she'll learn to stab Ivy in the back and take the championship. More championships changed hand at North Wrestling NCL and their huge Walker Dome show, Thunderstruck, that attracted 700 plus for their largest show today. Of course, they've been selling out the Anarchy Brewery for a long time. I suggested to the guys that maybe they should do like one big show, and they've pulled it off. They had a great show. I'm hearing lots of great feedback from the show, and it'll be available on Fight TV soon. But Leon Slater, student defeated teacher when Leon Slater beat Liam Slater to become the new North NCL champion. It's North where Leon Slater really broke out. It was back in a match where he literally, and I mean literally, tore the roof down alongside Man Like Doris as a tag team when they first ever team together. Man Like Doris needed a partner. Leon Slater had already competed in the preview show, and Man Like Doris was like, "Oh yeah, I'll team with Leon." And ever since then, Leon's career has been on this huge trajectory that's landed him, you know, all the way in GCW, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. Leon Slater going back to GCW, because I saw on Twitter, but I can't find it again, that there might have been an announcement at North NCL that they could be doing a show with WXW Germany.
Really?
Yeah, I saw a couple of tweets about it, but I whether I just very hopeful of. I'd absolutely be there if it's done, because, you know, my partner, I took her to the WX Tag Team Festival last year, and WXW is now her favorite promotion. So if WXW are ever in the UK, you know, I get to take the other half, the wife, to the show, which is always a plus. And Go for it. I hope so. I actually put it together. I was between with somebody some random matches that you could probably. I wouldn't put the two champions against each other. I wouldn't put Leon Slater versus Robert Dreisker. I think it's too much of a mismatch. I would probably go Liam Slater versus Dreisker for the WXW Championship. But the show being headlined by Liam Slater versus Peter Tahani for the North NCL Championship.
I would watch that.
Yeah, I'd absolutely also love to see something like Lycos Jim versus Only Friends. That would be a technical tag team classic. Really, really would. Get Baby Allison maybe against Rio, or Alice Inc. against Rio as well.
Alice Inc. versus Rio. Their styles would be absolutely perfect. That would be a great match.
Absolutely. So yeah, some great matches to be had, and I hope that if it's happening, North NCL, get to me, let me know. I'll make sure I 100% will be there with my wife in tow as well. But back to Liam Slater, he has been announced for a return to America with GCW. 3 shows, Los Angeles on the 11th of August, and then 2 shows in Atlantic City on the 19th and 20th of August. Of course, and then he'll be hopping back to the UK for his match with Nick Wayne.
Very exciting.
Indeed. Yeah, great. Good luck to the young man.
Yeah.
Great.
You know what else is exciting?
The fact we're going to talk about America. Yeah, we might as well.
Welsh world champions.
Yeah. Who would have ever thought it?
Well, I would have, because he's already won gold there many years ago. But Subculture. Yeah, he was X-Division champion.
Well done. Yeah, Subculture. Those 2 Welsh guys, Flash Morgan Webster, Mark Andrews. You might have seen them on NXT UK.
Accompanied by...
Well, actually, you probably didn't see them in NXT UK from what I've heard.
Because Flash was injured a lot, bless him.
No, because we're the only 2 people that actually watch NXT UK, apparently.
There is that as well. But yeah, they won the Impact World Tag Team Championships, dethroning Bullet Club of Ace Austin and Chris Bay, and a team of Sammy Callahan and Rich Swann, and a team of Moose and Brian Myers. So that's not just sort of like turning up and winning. That's turning up, beating everybody and winning.
Yeah, and I believe they defended the championships to the next go around as well. Although the Rascals, Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel, actually interjected themselves in the match, which is kind of allowed Subculture to capture the titles. But go on, Subculture, go kill it in Impact Wrestling.
100%. And well done for keeping yourselves as a trifecta with Danny Luna there as well.
Yeah, I look forward to Danny Luna becoming an Impact Knockout on a full-time basis. She's absolutely well-deserving of it. Powerhouse wrestler. It's a shame that Jordan Grace is gone, because Jordan Grace versus Danny Luna, 2 big powerhouse girls, would have been absolutely fantastic.
Masha Slamovich versus Danny Luna will be a great match.
Absolutely. And Killer Kelly, of course, doing well over there. I'm going to be talking about 2 young women in a minute. In fact, let's still quick. They are on the cusp of Brit Rest news. Killer Kelly has, did come into the UK regularly. She also did compete for NXT UK. Masha Slamovich still hasn't made her debut in the UK. Pro Wrestling Eve, bring Masha Slamovich and Progress and Rev Pro UK and Sirens Fury. That new one, and the other ones. Just bring Masha Slamovich to the UK, somebody already. I want to see Masha Slamovich.
I want to see Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly versus the She-Wolves.
Oh, that would be great, yeah. Because they won the Impact Women's Tag Team Championships, and they're collectively known as MK Ultra, which is absolutely fantastic. Oh, and WXW, don't you have a World Tag Team Festival coming up?
Also, Nick Aldis failed to become Impact World Champion, taking on Alex Shelley, and is now no longer affiliated with Impact Wrestling.
Is it done?
Yeah, he's done.
Oh,
He said he was there for the championships. He didn't win the championships, and he's done. Which is fair enough. Come in, be a big event, move on to the next show.
Absolutely. Let's go back to the UK with an evening. You can have an evening, by the way, with the legendary Kendo Nagasaki in Manchester.
The 3rd of September at the Head, which is at 127 to 188 Streetford Mall on Chester Road in Manchester. You can get your tickets from Skiddle, and you can find out loads and loads about classic British wrestling. I think that'd be a really interesting show to go along to.
Indeed, and it's going to be hosted by the wonderful, magical Mark Adams.
Indeed. Hooked on Wrestling.
Yeah, they're normally known for wrestling events, such as the Wrestling Observer show coming up. They also hold like watch parties in pubs around the world for big pay-per-views on AEW nights and WWE nights. They're holding their own wrestling show.
Yeah, and they've got some brilliant names signed up for it as well. It's going to be in London at the Dome on the 28th of August. Wonder if there are any other shows going on around that time.
Indeed.
Anyway, this one will feature Chuck Mambo, TK Cooper, Charles Crowley, Simon Miller, the Velocities, Jude London, Paris de Silva, Scotty Rourke, Man Like DeReese, and it will have a very interesting tag team tombola tournament. An 8-team tag tournament with the team pairings randomly jumbled up after each round. So you start off with one tag team, and then they'll just randomly select them. So how do you know who's going to... Oh, because they'll be knocked out and then move on to the next round. Yeah, ignore me, I'm being an idiot.
Still, it's a very, very, very interesting concept, especially when you've got Mambo and TK Cooper and the Velocities, Jude London and Paris de Silva, who are back in the UK from Australia. I believe they're here for about a month. So get yourselves the Velocities, the second best Australian tag team. You can't compare to Aussie Open.
No, you can't. But you're just saying second best. It's even worse to be second best to be like one of the best.
Second best to Aussie Open is not bad, and I mean they're at least. I'm saying at least better than Zack Sabre Jr.'s TDMK guys. I think.
You really don't have to make friends with
They are a fantastic tag team from Australia. They are also very, very strong. Very strong.
They're definitely not going to be interested in being on an interview, are they? Let's pick our top shows that are upcoming in the next week or so.
Why not? Sirens Fury makes its debut. The new promotion, TNT Extreme, have started. The all-women's promotion used to be a show. Now it's going to be its own thing. Sirens Fury. Sirens come out to play. This is on Thursday, the 27th of July in Liverpool. Leah Raven versus Alana Austin. Lucy Sky versus Ivy. Rio versus Session Moth Martina. Alexis Falcon versus Harley Hudson. Myla Grace, Lizzie Evo, ZZ, and Chantel Jordan have also been announced, and I've said to Pete, I would go Myla Grace versus Lizzie Evo and ZZ versus Chantel Jordan.
I would be happy with any combination of the four.
I would too, but I think that's the way it should go. On the 30th of July, Wrestle Carnival. I'll be doing a preview show that might be out when this is out, alongside Johners, of course. Great show coming up for the 2nd anniversary in Coventry. I will be there, trains allowing for it, on their damn strikes. Really, absolutely killed my travel plans.
Well, if the government paid train drivers properly, and if the train companies paid train drivers and support staff properly, it wouldn't be a problem. But unfortunately, they don't, and the only way they have to do this is to strike. And yes, the whole point of a strike is it becomes difficult for people. It shouldn't happen if they were paid properly and given the right conditions. So I'm sorry it's difficult for you.
Okay, Mr. Councillor Allen. All right, I'm saying that I might not be able to get to the show, and if I don't, I'm going to be pissed off about it.
Learn to drive.
Yeah, good point. My health conditions don't really allow for it.
I'll give you that one. My apologies.
Right, here we go. Man like Doris will defend the Carnival Championship against CJ Rollins. They've had a great rivalry. Check out the documentary available on the YouTube channel, put together by the fantastic Troy Grant of Troy Grant Media and Elliot of Elliot on Twitter. But great thing. In fact, they've put out a lot of great videos for a lot of these upcoming matches, including Chris Ridgway versus Emerson Jane for the Pure Wrestling Championship. That's going to be an absolutely insane match. They had a great match first time. I'm sure they're going to have a great match next time. Leon Slater versus George Lydon, two of the young stars of Wrestle Carnival, who is the future of Wrestle Carnival. And actually, you can find out more details on wrestling.com for all of these three matches, because I did write articles for wrestlecarnival.com on all of those matches. Also in action, Rain Leverkusen versus Ivy. I believe if Ivy wins, she will become the #1 contender to the Wrestle Carnival Women's Champion, currently held by Jetta. Chantel Jordan versus Amira. Amira making her debut for Wrestle Carnival. Chantel Jordan picked up a big win over Lizzie Evo not that long ago for Wrestle Carnival. Speaking of Lizzie Evo, she will be in action against the incredible young superstar in Sapphire Reed, one of the best young talents in the UK right now. And also one of the best young talents in the UK right now. He is the Playboy Prince. He will steal your girlfriend. It is Lance Rivera, but he is up against one of the greatest young superstars out right now in the UK in Leighton Buzzard. Then we got a lot of great young superstars in the UK right now.
We have. There's a lot of them in the next match as well. But I just want to take one moment to say I'm really looking forward to seeing Lance Rivera versus Leighton Buzzard. Great match, great booking. Thank you very much, Wrestle Carnival, for giving us this match.
Yeah, I actually think it's better than the original match that was planned against Flash.
Yep, I agree.
Moving on, there is this big championship gauntlet match featuring Corey McRae, big fan of the Silverback here in the Teen Tights. Kieran Lacey will make his debut. Alex Connors also making a debut, as well as Kieran Young. So 4 young men there making their debut for Wrestle Carnival. Wrestle Carnival's always pushed young talent, and that's great to see. Ronan King, who I watched last time I was at Wrestle Carnival, fantastic young superstar. Again, one of the best young talents in the UK right now, because damn, we got a lot of them. And they've got 2 absolutely fantastic veterans they're up against in Nathan Cruz and Robbie X.
Rev Pro UK have live at the Portsmouth Guildhall in Portsmouth. Alex Windsor versus Maya Matthews has been announced, and Subculture, all 3 of them, will take on the Greedy Souls and Sky Smithson. I like Sky Smithson tagging with Greedy Souls. That works for me.
Absolutely. I know you're going to love the next one, so I'm going to let you read it out.
Modern Nomad Pro Wrestling have TNG Aggression on Tuesday, the 1st of August. It will feature Danny Luna as Brock Lesnar. It will feature Connor Mills as Randy Orton. Splits McPins will be Shawn Michaels. You'll be able to recognize him by the trademark Shawn Michaels mask. Dan Maloney will be Batista. I hope he draws on some of the tattoos. Elijah will be Kurt Angle. Do you think that'll be Kurt Angle with the wrestling hat and the hair?
I hope so.
And Gene Money will be Ric Flair.
Absolutely. So it'll be Connor Mills, Gene Money, and Batista and Dan Maloney as Evolution.
Modern Nomad Pro Wrestling. Whatever you're on, I think you should share.
And this is Tuesday, the 1st of August. I don't mind places like this. You don't have to. follow it week after week. It's not mate storylines going week after week.
You
It's
can't
just
follow it during the damn match.
it's just fun entertainment. It also gives the wrestlers themselves a way to express themselves differently, try new things, and I think it's a great way to bring some wrestlers out of their own shell sometimes, actually, to do things like this.
I think so because Gene Money needs bringing out of his shell. That's right.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
That is Tuesday, the 1st of August.
Tuesday night grabs.
Yeah, Manchester. On Wednesday, the 2nd of August, you can go to Liverpool and watch Atomic Pro Wrestling full-blown meltdown where you see some of the best young talents in the Northwest. Ethan Kelly versus Chase Alexander, Lizzie Evo versus Harley Hudson, Declan McCarthy versus 2-Bit. Go check out our interview with 2-Bit. It's fantastic. Made to Last versus Quinn Essential, that's the Quinn brothers. Scott Oberman versus Rio. Joe Kessler versus Luke Jacobs, Tony Wright versus Carl Kingsbury, and Act 2 versus Lana Austin, Rob Drake.
That's a good team.
Well, Benjamin Harland or Jack Knudsen. One of the two is getting knocked out by Lana Austin.
Probably both.
Probably both. Probably right. But Scott Oberman has actually been making his way through the Northwest Strong members over at Atomic Pro Wrestling. Of course, he is no longer technically affiliated with Northwest Pro, doing his own thing, the real thing. And he's been systematically taking out the members of Northwest Strong and Atomic Pro Wrestling.
Friday, the 4th of August, we have some great wrestling in Cardiff with Attack Pro Wrestling. Thank God it's not Winter Slam. Nico Angelo versus Kid Like Us, Danny Luna versus LJ Cleary, and Wild Boar versus Jay Joshua have all been announced.
Yeah, 3 matches announced so far. I'm sure more will come, of course. But great 3 matches. Nico Angelo versus Kid Like Us is going to be just a marvel to behold. 2 great performers. Danny Luna and LJ Cleary. Very interesting matchup in that one. And Jay Joshua will be taking on Wild Boar for the Attack Pro Wrestling World Championship. Great to see Jay Joshua getting kind of a push over in Attack Pro Wrestling. I don't think enough companies are on Jay Joshua right now. He looks like a big friendly teddy bear, but he will absolutely kick your ass because he is a Olympic level wrestler, a martial artist, and a big boy.
He is indeed. You're right. I want a hug from Jay Joshua.
Absolutely, me too. On Saturday, the 5th of August, you can go down to Bristol for Pro Wrestling Chaos, who have been doing some great work. And I wanted to go watch their last show, but I wasn't able to register or log on to their system. I don't know why. So anyone at Pro Wrestling Chaos, if you're watching, want to reach out to us. I wanted to watch your last show and couldn't. And
have we been barred?
I don't know.
I think we've been nice about Pro Wrestling Chaos. They're good.
They are. They've been putting on some really good cards. They are a company to me that are chopping at the heels of promotions like Progress and TNT Extreme, along with North Wrestling NCL, along with British Wrestling Revolution. They are chomping at the heels of promotions like Progress and TNT Extreme right now.
Well, with a card like this, I'm not surprised because at Burning Ambition on the 5th of August, you got Harrison Bennett versus Joseph Connors, LA Taylor versus Livy Grace, Man Like DeReese versus Nico Angelo, and the Smoking Aces versus Severance, which is Tate Mayfairs and James Ellis, versus JJ Gale and Sean Jackson versus Splits McPins and Elijah Bolarama.
Indeed. It's a good looking card. I say again, only 4 matches announced. Of course, more will come. And I'd say Chaos have really been putting on together some great matches and great cards. So keep going, I guess, is what I'm saying. Keep challenging, keep biting at the heels of those supposed top British wrestling promotions, including Rev Pro UK, including Pro Wrestling Eve, including ICW,
TNT.
TNT. I would say promotions like Pro Wrestling Chaos and North Wrestling NCL are really chopping at the heels of those. I would say those 4, because I think Rev Pro UK are kind of, they're separated. They're on another level at the moment, and it's when you look at the scale that they've been putting on, the amount of shows that they've been putting on. There's been some great storylines running through, great cards, top talents, NJPW stars coming in and coming across. Of course, no 1PW. Just a little bit. 1PW, apparently Billy Wood was going to become the part owner, but then he didn't, and Stephen Gornley has 100% control right now, and I don't think that's a good thing, and that's all I'm saying on 1PW. But I'm going to say, support British wrestling, support independent wrestling, support European wrestling, all the rest, and support podcasts that support independent wrestling.